Hey guys, so we're going to quickly go through what we see on the monthly buy and sell list, at least to start the month, any trends we're seeing, and then we'll go through a few weekly setups that we see going into the next week. So in the energies, we do see the XLEs doing this. Inside and up month, 312. So these were the only sector really not rallying with the rest of the market. There's like real estates, which wasn't, but now it's a 2-2 back up. So most of the market's a 2 up at this point, which is good. It means you supercharge what the rest of the indexes and stuff are doing. You might see some bigger candles. But what that tells us is energies are now joining the party potentially. So XLE with the inside and up above 86 and 89 we'll want to know about. It could rev strat next week, so I don't want to be too definitive in saying that, but we'll see. Tells you also look at OIH to see if that's doing that. And on the month, also inside and up PMG. So above 304.11, that's a good thing to know because you could go and take these guys out way up here. And if you know the broad information, you know, when the shooter reversal occurs here, they're trying to take that out. If it keeps going, they're trying to take this out to the slight lower low. So if we go 212 reversal back through it, where's it trying to go? Other side of the broad information, because all these bars are outside of that. So above this, we're trying to go there. So that's something we'll want to know. You'll see on the day with the 3 here, got to stay up and out of that if things are going to keep going. So we'll see. But that's 2 signals in the energies. And then in the XOP, it'll just be a continuation of a reversal that occurred last month. So if you're looking at a 2-month chart, it's still a 2-2 reversal. We'll just like to see that stay above these 3 months highs here. Ideally above 140.81 is what we're looking for. And notice big old try on the year here. So energies in the XOP exploratory stuff above this last year's highs, then the range opens up back into the 350s. So we'll want to know about that. And as we know last year, Oxy, they really like that one. That still hasn't reversed. So guess what? Whoever bought, or not last year, the year before that in 22, whoever bought here, that buyer's still sitting pretty, right? They're still in here. So above last year's highs, that can also start gunning back through all that stuff. So this one's also going to be a 2-month inside bar pattern breaking higher above that. And a few other ones, we got like XOM. That's a 3 on the month, and then up and out of the 3. You can see if we go down in here into the weekly try. Stay up and out of this try, and good things happen. Back up into these guys for the 3 on the year. If you go to CVX, that's a 2 going 3 on the year above 149.99. Still a little weaker by going inside month for now, but could 222 weak and start getting outside of that try. So you can see slight higher highs to this stuff, slight lower lows to that stuff. So if you can get out of this, then good things can happen. So we'll see. It is a shooter day here, so gonna have to see some things happen next week if those are gonna get moving. But we do see that changing in the energies, and then things already going 2 up month. You got Slob, SLB, 2 month back up, still an inside year. CIVI, 2 month back up. Still going to be inside here. These are all going to be oil gas exploratory. CNQ, that's going to be a 3132. So taking the inside year and up there. And if you go on the week, zoom out a little bit. I'm going to try and keep this video a little shorter, but we might run a little long. So we'll see. But you see your try looks like this. They poke down, they poke up. Now if you can stay up and out of that, you can see the buyer that stepped in here off our inside day actionable signal, they're still buying, right? So stay up and out of that. Good things can happen. You just are at exhaustion risk, so be aware of that. You go MTDR. That could also take the year up above this. Also a 3-2 back into a previous 3 above 63.5. So good things can happen. NOG. That's a 2 monther. Ooh, nice PMG with a hammer. So back into these guys. Notice all these bars and outside of these 2 bars to the left. So here's your try. Pretty simple like that. These outside of that. So we're looking to go up there. If we go to PR, that's just going into highs on the year, gap down buy. It's just something we'd love to know about. They're trying to go here, so not much range. Could get really ripping back through there, but we'll see. TALO still very stuck on the year, but 322 on the month down here. So we'll see if they can get above that and get moving. We can go VET. This is what we really like to see. Notice if you had your support level, John, they take you out and then back above. So they're trying to go and take these guys out back up here, 1592. Not the biggest range, but we'll see. KMI. That's a 322, also not the biggest range. You'll have WMB. This is the last one in the energies, 2-2 hammer monther. So we want to know about those, and you can see some will have bigger ranges to come back through than others, but that is good to know about. And with inflation, energy prices normally are some of the first ones to feel that. So we'll see. We'll also see in the materials, XLBs. 132. So we had the two going three last month, and that told us to do ALB, which is something we had on the weekend vid, or not weekend vid, the nightly vid, strat attack stuff. So they poke slight lower, inside and up here on the week. We didn't grab it there, we got it here. A little bit late on Wednesday, but when they buy Monday, Tuesday, you can expect Wednesday, Thursday, Friday to also be buys if you're in the right sectors. So we're still looking at 153s, 54s, and those are up almost 200%. Pretty, or actually, I would check, but I don't want to waste your guys' time. They're like 100, just under 200%, but they're going to be up there hopefully. So you can go ASPN in materials. That'll be taking last month's highs. 3-2, so we'll see. Either that's going to 3-2 and get bigger, or you're going to 3 and then 3 back through. So either side of that, we still want to know. It does have the hammer year if things are going to get good. Ball is one we've already seen the materials starting to get moving here. Above 62.14 is the year up, and it's just a continuation of last month. So if we see a lot of materials breaking, then when those simultaneous breaks occur, these continuation signals also occur, which means you can buy the strong stuff and the weaker stuff reversing back up. So you can look for that, and we will see ASPN, or not ASPN, OR. This is in the gold, G with the gold. So 132, 1 bar rev strat, go 2 bar rev strat above this, 1531. So you can look at that. You can also be looking at like JNUG in the gold. It's still gonna be an inside month, but here's this. So when the gold starts rallying, the miners normally want to start poking up and around. So JNUG pokes down 1-3 on the week. So a 3-2 expansion back through this stuff. But from the bottom of the weekly chart, they're trying to take these guys out. Still will be inside month, but that can change if we take this out. So we can look for that. Obviously, they used to be a lot higher, but we're probably not going back up there. We'll see if they want to start waking that up. Also tells you can look at like GDX. 1-3 after slight lower lows. Or is it equal lows? I'm not sure. Yeah, so equal lows to that, but still going to be a 1-3, so 3-2 reversal. I want to know about that. We'll see. And maybe we see silver starting to poke up too. 3-1-3 on the week, so 3-2 could get that moving to get the month going. So in the materials, we got some of that. There's also ATI, which is steel. So 1-3 and then 2 on the month, still a 2 up year. So on the yearly gate, guys, looks like that. So your try's getting a little bigger, and if they're going anywhere, potentially trying to take these guys out, 73s. So materials, we'll keep looking at that. And now what we do see taking last month's highs, we have a good amount of healthcares and then some consumer discretionaries. So in the healthcares, Humana. Oh, actually, no, this is a potential rev strat back up, but you can keep an eye on that if you'd like. You got the hammer day there, UNH. This is also going to be potential rev strats back up with the 3 on the week, and that'll be in the Dow. So the Dow starts going off the inside week. That could start coming back through on the month. ARKO, it looks like most of these healthcares are just going to be potential rev strats the other way after going 2 down months, so they're a little weaker. So I'm not going to bet the house on that. We'll let those go green first. But you see J&J here, 2 up, 2 down, 2 up month. So if you're looking at the quarter here and you're like, I didn't get in that hammer quarter, you can do that above here, 162.25. We'll see if that gets moving. Yeah, it looks like a Momo hammer week for next week. And then we have some financials poking up, but nothing to really write home about. There's like CM with a rev strat month, May 3-2 the quarter, but really nothing crazy there. In the Infotex, HPE 3-1 and then 2 going 3 on the month potentially with a 3 week. So 3-2 there. We could see it start coming back through these guys. It's only got quarterly options, I believe. So that's something you want to be aware of. If we go to HPQ, it's going to look similar. So 3 week and then still double inside quarter, but 2 month back up above this stuff. So this is going to be smaller range stuff that we're seeing poke up to start in the Infotex. There's a MCHP here, 2 month in the semiconductors. So that's something we can know about. TXN, this is a name we already did know about. If you're focusing the weekly videos, here's 132 rev strat. Where is it trying to go? Back up here. It takes a while. You can see grind, then poke down, 2 back up, and then they get going. So 2 month, and if we zoom out here, you can see the try looks like this for TXN. So 2 here, you get all month to try and take out 188.12 after 176.65 if it stays up, and you got a 3-2 quarter doing that as well. So TXN could start waking up along with We'll see AMD, nice gap and go on the month, still 3-2 in the quarter. And that comes off a 3-3-2 week. And if you watch the nightly vid going into Thursday, you saw your inside day gap up and buy. And if you missed that, what you did was this: 1, 2, 2 on the 30, and you're good all day. So very good example of that. But outside of that stuff, we do see a few things in the real estates. Again, not too much to write home about, but 1-3-2 month in PK could take the year up, but notice the mother bar issues, which is something we normally want to stay away from. We'll see like AMT. That's a 3-2-2 on the month, trying to go up there. So a little more range, a little better volatility. 3 outside of this, 3 on the week. So whenever you see that, you just got to be aware you have to stay outside of that, or else we're coming back through. So we'll see if that happens. Obviously, real estate stuff, people are really poor right now, so all the real estate crisis is starting to happen, at least from what I'm reading. So could be right, could be wrong. We'll just see. We just don't see a ton of them doing it. We also have like CCI potential 2-2 back up, but again, if we go to like the year, how you're reversing that, it's gonna be pretty difficult. So we'll see if that starts moving. Outside of that stuff, I do have a few weekly signals. So IBM in the tech, here's your inside week, and that could go 3-1-2 monther to the upside above 188.95, still going for 206.22. And this is something we talked about in the Discord down here, 3-2-2 month. If we went all the way back, I could show you, but for sake of time, we're not going to. If we go to shop, potentially we might get some weakness inside week here, shooter day and shooter month. So we might get the day to the week to the month, and that'd be good to know about. We could come back into this stuff, and if you do that, you can see your tries something like this. So if they start coming back into that stuff and go bright red month, take these guys out, maybe it goes further. So we'll see. It's trying to rev strat that year. BROS, bros. Potential 2-2 back up here. No weekly signal, but something on the month for the smaller account guys. If you go zoom out a little bit, you can see the try getting a little bigger. So they rallied up, they're willing to buy, and then triangle day out. Potentially above this, you go back to 41. We can go to then utilities. We see a few. So DTE, potential 2-2 week back up, could get the inside month and up moving. Still deep inside year, but hammer day to get the week going. So we'll see. If we go to AEE, here's your hammer day to get the inside week moving, and that would go 2-2 month back into the 3. If we go to ES, you got 3-1 on the month with the inside week and the rev strat day. So, and again, day into the week, into the month. That's something we can do. TTWN communications, you got, there's your try. Where do we get that from? Well, it's universal truth. So we get it from the month. Can't refute that. And then the 2 going 3 here above that, 146.38. So hammer week here could get that moving. And a 3 on the day tells us we have to stay out of that 3 if things are going to really get crazy and come back through these guys. So we'll see if that recovers. We do see then a few short setups like PayPal. PayPal's got an inside day, still doesn't reverse this stuff, so they might go inside and up, we'll see. But inside day and down, you could PMG, and if you do that, you could 2 down, 2 up, 2 down the week. And if you do that, maybe you can go and take last month's lows out, which you'd be a lot closer to doing if that weekly goes in force. So we'll see. We also have PanW, 2-1 shooter week, big 3 on the month. So either this is triangle out and we can go back through it, or they're going to 3-2 and take these guys out again. And the inside week down, magnitudes to do that. So a lot of range, and when volatility picks up like that, something we want to know. Because even if this fails, starts going 3, we can take it back through for $40, right? So a lot of range. We can go to Crowd and D-Dog, which also have a little shooter week. So we'll see. You can see they poke up and go shooter. You're just nowhere near a 2 down month, and you can see triangle on the day. So these 2 outside of these 2. So we'll see if that comes back up and recovers next week. Same with like D-Dog. You can see shooter counter, slight hammer week, but if that works, it could 3-2 the month. So we'll keep an eye on some of that stuff. Obviously, with the new month, most things are closer to 2 up, but there's a few short setups in here. There's also like BA shooter week here, and if that works, you might take last year's lows down here at 176.25, and you would get the continuation month going, which your magnitudes to take this out still from the 2-2 to start the year. And they've had some bad news, so potentially that news continues to get bad. There's also DD here, which is DuPont inside week. potential 322 month above 70.54. So week into month. And the last one here is in the chippers, NVIDIA, 3-1 on the week. And we'll have Marvel inside month and up already going. And you still got a lot of range to go and take these guys out. And the other names in the chips you already know about, like TSM. If you watched the weekend video a couple weeks ago, from here, you're still good. 118.02. They did go inside and down, but that's a 2-week inside bar pattern to that. So they never changed anything. Then they went back up with the rev strat here. So this is a 2-week inside bar break, which means next week, that break's still occurring above this, 136.65. So we'll still look for that to happen. We're still looking for 145 if you got the swings. And really outside of that, we'll go and see what they're going to keep going and doing for the rest of this month as we get more information. Next week, when we open and we see, are we going twos, are we going inside, what's happening? So that'll be it, and I'll see you guys in the nightly vids later this week.